George Catlin in 1832 went directly from Yale, or from Harvard rather, to the upper Missouri River, and with his paintbrushes and so forth, and he did a magnificent recording of the Indian tribes there, just, you might say, 50 years before they were knocked to pieces. He painted portraits of some of these great chiefs. Now, when you look at a straight-on portrait, the eyes seem to follow you. You know how it is. You go over here, the eyes are there. So they thought that he was a magician, that he actually had done things that were alive in the eyes. And this gave him access to a number of inward rituals that no one else had ever seen. And he has painted pictures of these. Among the Mandans, he records, and in his letters he describes in detail the rituals of the initiation of those young men. They're taken into a great hut, and nobody has any choice about this. You can't say, no, I'm not a warrior, I'm a peace man, you know. So Catlin, because of his powers, imagined powers as well as actual powers, and also his sympathy with the rituals of these people, was invited into the interior of the hut in which the young men were to undergo their warrior initiation and really turned into braves. And the things that happened to them after a 5-day fast, which, you know, does something to you anyhow, skewers about so long of wood were pressed, they were cut open for the pectoral muscles, and these skewers pressed through and ropes attached to them. Further skewers through their thigh and calf muscles back, and heavy buffalo skulls hung to these. Then they're hoisted up. Each is holding his medicine bag, which is his special power resource. And they are then beaten around with poles so that they're spun around. These boys, Captain, and in his paintings he shows it, says that when the skewers were being put through, they made a very special point of smiling and acting as though nothing were happening. And then as they're beating around, finally they pass out, and then they're dropped to the floor. And as soon as they begin to recover, 2 strong guys grab them, one on either side, and start racing around, out of the hut, around the ceremonial field, running until these things are pulled out. Then, of course, they're utterly wiped out. They are to experience death. That is to say, they're to experience a total giving up, so that they will have the experience of resting well in God, yielding themselves.